So, I'm kind of excited because I found a way to record on my laptop that's not OBS. And I got so excited, the first thing that came to my mind was I need to do a Final Fantasy raid since everything's working. And then my second dilemma was, what am I going to talk about? I think what I'm going to do is compare a Destiny raid to an MMO raid. Well, specifically a Final Fantasy raid, because they are entirely different. So as most of my clanmates will tell you that I'm kind of dumb when it comes to raiding. Do I go down the hole? I think
Are you
so.
gonna make it or no?
Yes,
go
down the hole.
Go up the stairs with a red.
I've never made it this far. Up the
Keep
stairs.
going. Up the stairs. Up the stairs.
You have
Up
6
the
seconds.
stairs.
Grenade button?
Just keep walking forward straight.
Grenade it?
Oh.
No.
Oh, no, not grenade. Dude.
So how do I fare in a Final Fantasy raid? Well, actually a lot better. So, in an MMO raid, in this Final Fantasy, you have 24 people, as opposed to 6. So, it's a lot easier to get carried in Final Fantasy, because you have 23 people who know what they're doing. As opposed in Destiny, when you have 6. One person will drag down 5 quicker than one person will drag down 23. So one person running around with their head cut off isn't going to hurt anything. The second thing that caught my eye, I don't know if it was just this particular raid or if it's a Final Fantasy raid thing, but I noticed in Final Fantasy there's a lot less mechanic, because in Last Wish there's that plate system where you jump on the plates to flip the cereal bowls. In Final Fantasy, I just came in and I beat a lot of things up with my sword. I think that was me being dumb though. And I think there is like a weird mechanic I missed. And I was just getting healed through it. So I don't know if that's fair to mention or not. Note, I'm still new-ish at Final Fantasy, especially the raid and the endgame. But something I did notice, I went in as a tank, right? A Dark Knight. And so at the end of every boss fight, you get a little treasure chest thing. And there's a thing where you gotta roll to pick up the loot. And then if you manage to get that piece of loot, it might not even be a tank item. Like the one time I got a piece of loot after rolling for it, it was a healer item. I understand in Final Fantasy you could play any class as long as you have that armor equipped. But I feel like if you go in as a tank, it should drop tank items. As opposed to Destiny, if you go in as a Warlock, it's going to drop in Warlock stuff. If you go in as a Titan, it's going to drop Titan stuff. And if you go in as a Hunter, it's going to drop Hunter stuff. So when it comes to that, I kind of like the way Destiny does it better. Even though RNG still exists in Destiny, I just feel like it makes more sense in Destiny. Another thing that pops in my mind is that I feel like Destiny bosses are a bit more memorable. Of course, that's totally subjection, a matter of opinion. But I just remember Crota and the bashing of the sword and the weird spider thing in Wrath of the Machine and Riven's toenail smashing people.
But you told him.
Now you
Squishy, watch out!
Oh.
Oh.
Dude.
But then again, that's more moments than bosses. But I feel like the bosses in Final Fantasy are just big ads. They're not really that memorable. To me. And I haven't gotten past the tower, too. At the end of the day, it's all preference and what you like. But a real MMO raid was kind of lackluster to me. Now, of course, the game's been out for like 5 years. So everyone's over-leveled except me, and even I'm not over-leveled because when I got to the new expansion, Heaven's Sword, I just wanted to do Dark Knight, and then unlocked Dark Knight, and it put me at level 30. And I didn't want to grind another 30 levels just to continue the story, so I bought the level 70 pass. I'm so sorry, guys. So those were my thoughts. If you enjoyed those last 2 Last Wish clips, then you should think about watching 5 Raiders and an Idiot. I think there's only like 3 or 4 episodes. But also on November 3rd, we will be doing a raid-a-thon where we power through Leviathan, Eater of Worlds, Pyre of Stars, Scourge of the Past, Crown of Sorrows, Last Wish, and Garden. Unfortunately, we're doing Garden. And we will do that on election night, just in case there's someone out there who doesn't want to listen to politics all night long. It's bound to be funny, it's bound to be interesting, and I am bound to mess up. So on November 3rd, come by my channel and check out that stream. Thanks for watching, guys. Artifact out.